Legos. You build them, you break them, you step on them, and you wish they weren't so goddamn expensive all the time. Legos are and have been a staple of children's playtime since basically the Middle Ages, right? I, for one, remember being a wee little specimen playing with my Duplo blocks, building what I considered to be a robot because it was all I knew how to build, eventually gravitating towards bigger sets like the Hogwarts cafeteria. It wasn't until my teenage years that I was exposed to another area of Lego, that being video games. Put into my grubby little hands was Lego Indiana Jones for the PlayStation 2, which I played one time and then never touched again because the disc stopped working. I had played a few more of the Lego Harry Potter series and Lego Marvel Superheroes, but other than those two, they kind of just escaped me for a bit. Recently, all of the Lego games just had a big sale on Steam, and with my adult money, I bought, all of them. Every single one I bought them, DLCs and all. So, with guidance from a friend, I decided that the first video game I cover on this channel should be none other than a Lego game. And that game is Lego Jurassic World. Lego Jurassic World was released for consoles and Windows on June 12, 2015 to coincide with the release of the film of the same name. The overall consensus is that this is an average game that brings a new take to both Lego and the Jurassic franchise. But let's put aside those ratings and get to this almost 10-year-old game. Right off the bat, I am very happy to see the first 3 films are in this game. I really wasn't expecting it since I know nothing about this going into it. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies, so getting to see the films come to life in Lego is great. I didn't think taking the lines straight from the movie is what they meant, but I guess I'll take it.
I want tasers on full charge.
The dialogue can sound extremely weird when mixed with the voice lines recorded for the game, but you do get used to it after a while. What's really crazy is that it sounds so much worse in Jurassic World. In this part of the game, you can actually hear background noise in their dialogue, which makes for a not-so-fun experience.
We have the best structural engineers in the world.
Yeah, so did Hammond.
Despite the weird voices, the scenes are implemented into the Lego universe pretty well. They don't shove every single little movie moment into the games, but focus solely on the major scenes to keep you moving. The levels themselves are very fun to play with lots of objects to interact and destroy. Each character that you play as is given a specific skill only they and some other characters can do, which reduces the repetitive feel of the puzzles while playing. For example, Alan Grant can cut ropes and build structures out of fossils, Ian Malcolm can go into dark spaces and retrieve items, and Ellie Sattler can... Oh, so that's what she does. That's right, Ellie's super skill is diving into piles of shit anytime that she can. Also, why does she make this sound? Like why? Now we all know what this sounds like, Warner devs, you know what you did. The puzzles usually involve mashing a single button or rotating a joystick, which in my game was absolutely impossible to do. My controller would not register if I tried to follow the direction on screen. I had to ever so slightly tilt up on my controller until the game decided I was doing a good enough job. The boss fights, when there were some, were usually super easy, and it was really fun getting the true survivor status on almost all levels. Literally all the main story levels except for 2. Fuck You, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. I like to think that Alan is just destroying everything around him in the 3rd one simply because he's just pissed off at the situation he's in. Makes the game more fun. Some other cute things I noticed were the death scenes all being replaced with more kid-friendly stuff like dinos tickling people and no one actually ever being fully eaten. Remember kids, death doesn't happen in Lego City. Also, a Jaws and an E.T. reference can be found in the first 2 movies as well. Steven Spielberg the GOAT. The tasks are split pretty evenly among characters in each level, although they can get slightly repetitive the more people you have to play, such as the levels in Jurassic Park 3. You could argue that the entire game would get repetitive, and you would be correct, but I feel like the inclusion of one thing makes the game feel even. And that's dinosaurs, baby! Look at them run! Look at how fast they're beating rocks and making noise and being dinos! That's right, you don't get to just look at the dinosaur, you get to be the dinosaur. They don't have very much that they do. In fact, really their sole purpose is to break open pathways or attack in certain boss fights, but once you complete the first few levels or you find the mini kits throughout the game, you unlock them for future free play modes. To me, this makes the game slightly more fun since you don't get this opportunity all the time. Once I completed the first 3 Jurassic Park story levels, it was finally time to move on to Jurassic World. I'm not gonna lie, playing this portion of the game was awful. One major complaint I have about this game is it's extremely buggy. During the first 3 stories, glitches only ever happened in cutscenes or moments that didn't really matter. In Jurassic World, it only ever happened during my gameplay. So much so that in one level, I actually couldn't complete an action it wanted me to do because the game was fucked up. Despite the glitches, I did find some of this story enjoyable, mostly the amount of things that you could do around the island if you didn't feel like continuing story mode. It also reminded me about how much I miss Universal Studios. I also like that they just shoved every skill previously into Chris Pratt's character because, you know, he's Chris Pratt. No more questions. All in all, it played out pretty much like the last 3 stories, sticking mostly to the actual movie scenes and finishing with an awesome dino battle at the end. Overall, this game was fun to sit down and play, and I'm actually surprised that I completed the story as fast as I did. Now I can finally say that I finished a LEGO game. I've only completed 35%. Yeah, I'm not playing anymore. LEGO Jurassic World is a fun game for fans of the franchise, young or old, and I would recommend it if you like LEGO games in general. My final rating for this game is going to be a 4 out of 5 purple LEGO studs. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on LEGO Jurassic World and any other game you would like me to cover in the future. LEGO or not. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a video of your favorite movie or video game. This has been Scythe Reviews. My name is Scythe, and thank you so much for watching.